Hey guys, how you guys doing today? Come on in, come on in. It's Happy Friday. We got one versus one tonight with the Players Club, and then tomorrow we got the big game at 8:30. Welcome, welcome all. Make sure you hit the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Guys, let's get into it. I am so excited for a wonderful weekend. V Day is tomorrow. All love to everyone. And we're going to enjoy our day. I got early presents today. I'm excited. And yes, I get my wings stuck up. My dog, represented. So it's all good. It's all good. I'm excited. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah, right before guys, I just want to say thank you so much for your love and your support when it comes to ADP Art Creations and everything that I stand for. I really appreciate you guys coming in, stopping in, and just listening to me. What I'm saying, talk about sports, art, our favorite players, our vets, and whatever is on ADP's mind. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys a lot. So, as we get into it, as we further this week, this is why this week has been very important for me. Also, Sunday is the anniversary of Kason's twin when he passed. So Sunday is going to be a day. So I'll probably lay low. I may come in the chat. I'm not for sure, but it's going to be a day for me on the 15th because that's when he passed. But that's why I wanted to just thank you guys so much. Hey, Riddick. Okay, we're going to get into it about Pokey Chatman, and I hope you guys enjoyed today. I got my stuff together a little bit. I hope, right? Okay, so um, Dana, Pokey is like her nickname or whatever. Chatman. She was born June 18th, 1969. She's an American basketball coach, former player from 2022. She is an assistant coach for the Seattle Storm in the Women's National Basketball Association. But we'll get into all the places that that she coached. I'm just giving like a brief summary right quick. So Chapman is was a former coach of the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky of the WNBA. She also, hold on, guys, give me 1 second. Yeah,
That's
he
what I'm
is.
saying. What do we need?
Uh, I don't know. Whatever you can think of, guys. That's my son. He just got from school. He's getting ready to go to the store. But thank you, Riddick. Yeah, that's why I just Riddick. I just thank God for like allowing me to do this because it has really been like a part of my therapy too, especially when it comes to January and February. It really hits harder or whatever. So it's like it's gonna be a lifetime of grief. But I have like support and all that good stuff, but it doesn't go away. Let me tell you, you know. But yeah, so I'm sorry, my son was interrupting us in our good chat, but he's good. So she also coached for the Lady Tigers. So I'll give you the breakdown of her with Chapman with the Lady Tigers or whatever. She spent 20 years of her adult life as a LSU player 1987 to 1991. She was a student assistant 1991 to 1992. She was assistant coach 1992 to 2004, and she was a head coach from 2004 to 2007. After succeeding a longtime coach, Sue Gutter, in 2004, Chatman led the Lady Tigers in 3 consecutive NCAA Final Fours in 2004 as acting head coach for Aileen Gunter, which was 2005 and 2006. Chatman resigned from her post at LSU on March 7, 2007, amid allegations of an inappropriate relationship with a former player that they were alleged to have begun with Chatman during that time that she was coaching. Okay, let's talk about her time at LSU, and actually got that up. And actually, it's listed that she is assistant coach from the beginning of 2026. She is an assistant coach with LSU. But I'm gonna give you the rundown of her accolades and her accomplishments and stuff with LSU first before we go into Seattle and everybody else. Okay, so her time, guys. Ooh, what in the world did I just do? I don't even know. Okay, as a player, Pokey Chatman capped her career at LSU by earning State Farm Basketball Weekly and United States Basketball Writers Association All-American honors following her senior season, 1991. During the 1991 season, Chatman scored 576 points, 18.6 PPG, and dished out 157 assists, 5.1 APG. Chatman is the sixth all-time leading scorer in the school history with 1,826 points. She also is the LSU all-time leader in steals, 346, and sets the second in assists, 570, during her 4 years at LSU. Chatman started all but one game and 20 school records. She also led the Lady Tigers in their first ever SEC tournament title in 1991 and was named a tournament MVP in the process. Coaching record was 90-14, 3 seasons as a head coach / 15 seasons overall. So 2004, 2005, she got the Black Coaches Association Coach of the Year. 2005, she got the USB AA National Coach of the Year, the Russell / WCA National Coach of the Year, the Naismith National Coach of the Year, the Victor Award Female Coach of the Year, and 2005, 2006, she got the Louisiana Coach of the Year. And then 2005, assistant coach for U.S. Women's World University Games gold medal team. So 2005, she was just getting all her awards. You hear me? She was getting a lot in 2005. Louisiana is their hometown. If you guys didn't know that, there are a few coaches in basketball history that can match the success of Pokey Chatman. Enjoyed her 3 years as a head coach at LSU Lady Tigers basketball program. In her 3-year stint, LSU won 90 games, advanced to 2 NCAA Final Fours, won 2 Southeastern Conferences, and regular season titles, earned number 1 seed for 2 NCAA tournaments. In fact, in Chatman's first 50 games as a head coach, she won 47 times. The record of a 47-3 is the second best record after 50 games in women's basketball history. In 2005 and 6, the season, Chatman guided LSU to a 31-4 mark, including a perfect 15-0 record at home and 11 wins against top 25 opponents. In her first season in 2004 to 2005, Chatman led the Lady Tigers to a 33-3 record with program's best regular season record of 27-1. That season, the Lady Tigers were ranked number 1 and posed for 11 weeks between November and March. So as you can see, she is like phenomenal. She ain't playing no games. She getting her awards, and to be able to come from a college that you went to be able to coach and everything, that's awesome sauce, right? So let me get back into it. So Chatman did not unrecognized. She wasn't recognized for her success as a head coach. She was named the 2005 to 2000 the 2004 to 2005 National Coach of the Year. So, guys, I went over those in the early part of this article. So, in the off season, wasn't any less hectic for Chatman. She served 2 years on the 27-member WBCA Board of Directors as the BCA representative. Chatman also helped lead the 2005 United States World University Games team to a gold medal as an assistant coach. With Team USA, Chatman coached with Harvard head coach Kathy Delaney Smith to win her second medal in international competition, having also won a medal as a player with 1990 U.S. select team. So, oh my gosh, she got it all, don't she? Chatman, a part of LSU program as a player and a coach for 17 years, became head coach in April of 2004 after late Sue Gutter, a Hall of Fame coach and Chatman's mentor, retired. But the task of guiding the team had begun before Chatman got there. Gutter fell ill. So that's what happened with Gutter. Gutter fell ill during the 2003 to 4 season, and Chatman stepped to the front and seemingly led the LSU to the first NCAA Final Four in school history and second place finish in the set. Chatman led the Lady Tigers in a 15-5 record in absence of Gutter from the sidelines. Included in those victories were 5 wins over top 25 teams. Dang, she did that thing, including school's first victory over number one seed and NCAA tournament, a 71-55 drubbing of Texas in the West Regional semifinal prior to upsetting the set foe Georgia in the regional final to advance to the Final Four. When announced, she would retire after a career marked by 40 years and 708 victories. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Move up. All in that water. Leave that alone, Casey. That water is not bothering you. Casey loves some water, bathtub, bubble bath, guys, you name it. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm back. Yeah, so LSU athletics director Skip Bertman smartly tuned into Chatman as LSU Hall of Famer herself and an All-American point guard. The call came on April 27, 2004, where Bertman named Chatman as only the 4 head coach in history of LSU women's basketball. Yeah, so, oh, yeah. And then, so Chatman had just completed her 13th season on the Lady Tiger staff and her 5th as an associate coach after being elevated to the position September 1999. But in 2003 and 4, Chatman became the most famous associate coach in the country when she took on the role of acting head coach in Gutter's absence, earning the BCA Coach of the Year honors for her efforts in relief. The way Chatman guided the Lady Tigers through the second half of the season into the March Madness and the trip to the Final Four only added exclamation point on what everyone already knew about Chatman's coaching potential. Oh, Chatman won't no joke. She still ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? She also she dazzled the LSU fans 4 years as a starting point guard in late 1980s and early 1990s. So you can see, you know, from her playing and stuff, this is what it's just natural. The way that her journey went, it's natural for her. It's in her. It's like she didn't have to be taught. She had it. Some coaches have, and some coaches got stuff they need to work on. But when it comes to Chatman, she didn't need to work on nothing. She was full force and she represented every time, right? Chatman led LSU recruiting efforts over 9 years. As a result, with the Lady Tigers have had 8 straight classes, and they ranked among the top 20 in the nation, including 2004 freshman class, which featured 3 Parade All-Americans in Sylvia Fowles, Quiana Chaney, and Erica White. Chatman helped LSU and another top incoming freshman class in 2003, All-American Marion Whitfield out of Georgia, Swedish national team member Hannah Banaka. Look, don't get me started. Sorry, Hannah. And New Orleans native Kalia Mitchell. The previous years was also highly productive for Chatman. She helped the Lady Tigers and Simone Augustus, who finished her LSU career as a two-time National Player of the Year and the WNBA's #1 draft pick. Chatman also helped sign Aisha Smith and Kodak Junior College All-American and 2003 first pick of the Washington Mystic, New Orleans native and current WNBA player Danica Hodges, and Tamika Johnson, a first-round pick of the Washington Mystics 2005 WNBA rookie year. So yeah, as I'm going through Chatman's achievements and stuff like that, it's just so wonderful that we're talking about her today, guys, because that means we're gonna win tomorrow, Tigers. Oh yeah. I'm just putting it out there. We're gonna win by a landslide. But yeah, so she did pretty good. Let's go into so during her 4 years with the Lady Tigers, Chatman started all but one game and was school's all-time assistant steals leader with 570 and 346 respectively when she finished her career. Chatman held the assistant record until 2004. The current Lady Tiger point guard Tamika Johnson passed her coach for the top spot. She also finished fifth on the all-time scoring list of 1,826 points. Chatman played in the NCAA tournament 4 times and posted a 4-year record at 82-38. Chatman was a 3-time All-SEC selection in 1991, led the Lady Tigers to their first SEC tournament title. Chatman was named MVP of 1991 SEC tournament, also a first for LSU. Chatman capped her career at LSU by being selected to a prestigious Kodak All-American team following her senior year in 1991. Chatman is one of the only 5 Lady Tigers named to the Kodak team. Chatman set a total of 20 school records while at LSU, with 5 of those records still standing. She was inducted into the LSU Athletics Hall of Fame in the spring of 1999. And guys, you can check this out on LSUsports.net. It just tells all about what she did at LSU thus far. But there's more. That didn't include what's going on now, you know what I'm saying, as the years pass or whatever. But we're going to get into that too. I'm going to play like a little video clip and everything. I hate that I don't know what happened with that situation at the school or whatever and stuff like that, what the details were and stuff. But to still be able to, continue to coach like that from LSU to the W, that's just so amazing to me. That means you just got the skills, as I was saying. She also coached. She coached for Chicago Sky. Oh, let's get to Spartak. So in August 2007, she signed as an assistant coach of the women's basketball club Spartak Moscow region, who had just won the 2007 EuroLeague women's final. Spartak won the next 3 championships, and in 2010, as the head coach, Chatman led the team to a 16-0 EuroLeague record and their 4th straight EuroLeague championship. She just kept going, right? In October 29, 2010, Chatman was named the general manager and head coach of the Chicago Sky of the WNBA. She was let go by the Sky in October 2016. Next, she went on to the Indiana Fever on November 18, 2016. Chatman was announced as the head coach of the Indiana Fever. She assumed the role after Stephanie White left to accept the head coaching job at Vanderbilt. On September 10, 2019, Chatman was fired as the general manager head coach of the Indiana Fever of the WNBA. On January 21st, 2022, Chatman was announced as assistant coach of the Seattle Storm of the WNBA. So you see, she didn't just stop at LSU. She kept going and continued coaching. The latest of what Chatman is doing now, as early as 2026, Pokey Chatman serves as an assistant coach for the LSU Lady Tigers basketball team, and we already know she previously served, um, with Seattle, Chicago, and Indiana Fever. In in December of 2024, she was named head coach of the Brazilian women's senior national team with the goal of preparing for the 2028 Olympic cycle, including the 2025 America Cup. So listen, she just 2025 she worked as the assistant coach and was promoted to associate GM in 2023, where she helped with player personnel drafting and development. So she's been 30 years in the game of experience, from overseas to LSU, Chicago Sky, Indiana Fever, Seattle Storm, and coaching, helping in the USA, and just various areas. So Chatman has definitely made a name for herself. She's definitely did her thing or whatever. So we have to stand 10 toes down and give her the credit, because she's earned it. She didn't just give up when adversity hit, or whatever. She kept going, and that is what's so amazing. And by her not giving up, guys, this is what it means not to give up on your dreams. When you don't give up, you may not see everything happening at one time, but it's gonna pay off. Trust me. If God put it in you, He gonna see it through. It's just all in His timing. Everybody's timing is not His. Mine ain't. But hey, I'm a work in progress. But yeah, so let's get into this video. She has several clips of her, speaking on the Fever, Seattle Storm, and Chicago Sky. But we're just gonna play one of all of these videos, and hopefully you guys can take from there. Just hearing from Chatman herself. Okay. This is coming from is In Conversation, Pokey Chatman. This is from the Bonnet Gang. They did this interview with Pokey Chatman.
As a rep, had some contracts with as some of the players I did as a coach. So when I knew she was involved, Eileen's pretty straightforward. She's not going to overdo it. And in her enthusiasm, the first time we talked, I was like, okay, that's a little bit different for Eileen. It hit different, right? So I just kept paying attention. And I'll be honest with you, the bottom line for me was professional basketball, more spots for players in America during a traditional season. And I'm like, yo, if I can be a part of that to help it along the way, I'm in. And everything else has been gravy. I love it.
And just as a coach, because I know we've heard from a lot of the players, and they're like, this is the best experience playing basketball we've ever had. And I know part of it, they say, is because they have a little more control and can kind of, tell the coaches when, to go sit down. I know they ain't telling you to sit down like that, but just, from
you can't tell Pokey to sit down.
Yeah. Bro, just for you as a coach, or as a facilitator, how has the experience been from your perspective?
It was a major adjustment for us as well, because your natural inclination is to, act or react and try to take care of everything. But the premise of this is a player-led league. I do understand that, basketball is a little bit different from volleyball and softball, in that there are so many more decisions being made in a split second, right? It's not just who's tired, but who they're coming in for, what you're going to run, matchup schemes, time, score, an entirely different scoring system. So, the basketball part, yes, most of these players are coming in and know what they want, but just managing the totality of that is where they've utilized us. But it's kind of morphed into, if they need us more, they're okay to ask us for more help. So I'm actually enjoying that and watching them grow each week. So the hard part was sitting down and being quiet. Shit, that was tough.
So obviously, if they don't know, hopefully they learn a lot about you after speaking with you today. But we know that you've done some great things, coached some great teams. Doing this, I guess, 3 years since you've kind of been away from coaching. How have you spent that time? Like, what have you been doing? Did you take a break? Were you working behind the scenes, still involved in basketball? What does that look like before AU and obviously before getting back into the W?
Yeah, it was 2.5 years actually. Yeah, almost, yeah, 2.5. I don't know why I remember September 9th. I say shit, I got fired on my day off. What's up with that? You know,
Ooh, this is about to be spicy. I need a
but
drink.
no, no, not spicy. It's like I'm 52, so perspective comes a little bit easier. But you know, uh, I've been doing this 3 decades, right? So it was I actually welcome the rest. Don't misunderstand me. No, no one likes being relieved of their duties or going in a different direction, but something about it didn't just hit me in my gut and knock me down. I was like, I did what I was asked to do, blow it up, build it up. New leadership comes in, they want to go in a different direction. uh I was good with that. I could put my head on my pillow. And, I didn't want to convey that because people would never believe it, right? They're like, yeah, right. But I was okay. I think my assignment was done there. And I spent a lot of time. I live in New Orleans. So, I had a place there and I just love my city. So I spent a lot of time. I'm about 2 blocks from the quarters. I can walk, listen to music, sip on some good wine, watch basketball. I really tried to become a fan of the game because it's hard as a coach. No one wants to watch a game with the coach because we're rewinding stuff and we get behind and you can't get on Twitter because then you'll know the score. But I spent that time relaxing, being a fan, going to see people who would always come to see me. And I was doing some consulting for a couple of colleges, a semi-pro team, some speaking engagements, but just I wasn't looking for it. It was just something because when you're older, you just got, connections out there, I guess. So I was just also getting ready. I wanted to delve into the NBA side only because it's a challenge, right? All you got to do is basketball. I remember Becky would always tell me, even Jenny Busick, they would say, look, they don't care if you're a man or a woman. They're just trying to get their next check. That's everybody on the outside making a big deal about it. So I kind of pursued that, got down to a finalist for a G League head coach position. But it was cool. I did some private training, some lessons, and then lo and behold, Noel gives me the call and here I am. So I enjoyed the time off minus the pandemic woes.
Get that time to recharge because that's always necessary. So,
Regardless of what they look like, where they came from, and they are who they are, from the sustainable building they're going to play into Planned Parenthood when it wasn't popular, to female ownership. It just hit different in this time when we're still going through so much let me not say a bad word, stuff, and it just felt good. And then the rest is history. Noelle has that quiet voice, but she's very intentional, specific, and she doesn't beat around the bush. And then it just happened like in 2.5 weeks, it was done. And the best part was the reception from everyone, man. Look, one day they had me all emotional and stuff. I'm listening to my gospel, read messages, and everyone was so excited. I'm like, Lord, I got a tear falling down my eyes. I'm so grateful. So yeah, I feel like a kid in a candy store at Christmas time. It's good stuff.
So how obviously you never really took that break away, like you said, you've been working behind the scenes. So you're still around basketball, but now that you're with AU as a facilitator, how is that kind of like preparing you, kind of helping you get back and ready for the upcoming season with the Storm?
Yeah, Mercedes is here and Kiki Harrigan is here. So I'm like, oh, look at God, right? And so
Let them use you.
but look, it was so funny because I'm like, yo, I don't want no stuff from anybody. So I would see them and go, don't y'all come talk to me, right?
tampering on your name.
Exactly. But all in jest because it's free agency. We could talk anyway, but just the timing of everything. But I think the preparation is just assisting, because I was an assistant coach for 14 years. People forget about that, but just assisting young people, players in their in their quest to be the best. And then also just sharpening my skills, because the time off I had, I mean, I watched a lot of basketball. You know, people think the old heads can get better. We evolved too, and I'm looking forward to learning some stuff myself.
And then just with that, because you kind of are known for your eye for talent and just how you've been able to pick out these different players that we're now seeing in the league that are doing huge things and have come, a long way. And some people may not have seen it when you saw it. What kind of things stick out to players for you when you're doing your scouting?
You know, it's different. You know, I went into a situation in Chicago that was an expansion team that had never made the playoffs. And then I had to go to Indy where they had never done a rebuild. So I was asked to blow it up and build it up. So the look is different than, say, Seattle, who's established and they have a system, a way of play, and they find players to fit that and mold it. But I think the biggest thing, and I was telling to someone this morning that oftentimes coaches, you know, I hope I don't do this a lot. We let our egos get in the way. It's like it's a hell of a lot easier for me to morph to the moment than 12 players, right?
Right.
To be flexible enough to see what's needed in terms of how we need to play. So I think, you know, I'm always looking, you know, it's this point guard point of view. It's not just what's in front of you. And I think sometimes people are afraid to make those decisions that Joe Blow, who's come and see your damn game for entertainment, they don't get it. So I think sometimes that handcuffs people, and I'm not afraid of that. You know, I tell people all the time, Courtney Vandersloot was my very first draft pick. And
I was ready for you to talk about Courtney.
no, but
Man, why? Look, okay. I'm gonna let her finish with this part, and guys, you just make sure you go check out the video, okay? Let her finish. But good gracious, ball of fire, we always gotta come back to this one.
like, but it was so it's so funny when people are like, "Oh my God," and I'm like, "Dude, that was so easy." And not because of what she's done now, it's because what she was able to do back then. Like, you know, she scored all those points in the tournament. That's what everybody saw. But I'm telling you guys, her vision becomes clearer as the court shrinks and the game slows down for her. Most people get scattered and blind and they play fast. And I thought to myself, damn, I'm gonna just tell everybody I taught her that, even though I didn't. I'm just gonna enhance it, right? And you know, the rest was everything else. But I think it's just a matter of not being afraid to trust your gut and go for what you know you're trying to accomplish.
And then like
And I think that's a problem with a lot of players too. Trusting your gut. Even the players we know, we be like, we know them, and we be like, girl, why'd you do that? Or why you do that, player? Why you do that? They have to understand who they are. But when you already know, it's like, you know, you don't have but so much to prove to the world. But yeah, guys, make sure you check that out. And this is let me shrink it up a little bit. As I was saying, it's in conversation with Pokey Chatman. It's by the Bonnet Gang, and they really did a good job on interviewing her. But it's a 48-minute episode or whatever. But make sure you guys check it out. She too funny. I'm gonna tell everyone I taught her that. Right. The video, Felicia, is from, I think it's like, let me see. This video was from 3 years ago, because now it's saying Chapman is back at LSU as an assistant coach as of early 2026. Um, that's what it's saying. So this was about 3 years ago. This is when she got to Seattle, because you know she did Chicago, she did the Fever, and then her last one was Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm putting those in order. Let me make sure if Seattle was her. Yeah, she did Chicago 2010, Indiana Fever 2026, and she did Seattle 2022 or whatever to 2025. And then as of now, it's saying that she is a part of LSU once again. So yeah, so they had, like, they have like little clips of her talking about each team as she became a coach for them and all that good stuff. And I didn't see any of her plays. I probably would have to take it back to the LSU side and pull up some how she played when she played at LSU before she started coaching and stuff like that. But they do have various videos of her coaching for each team, and she actually has this these episodes which I thought was so cool that for me I have to go back and watch because I had called my first game last week or so, and just some of the words I took myself back to school because an educator is always educating herself. So I was taking notes on the different basketball moves. Like I learned a lot from Keisha now, but it's also good to go back and learn all of okay, a midi. Okay, okay. All I'm saying is you get to the basket, putting it in from a little bit of distance. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take myself back to that. Also, what I noticed with Pokey is that she has like this little series or whatever, little small clips that breaks down each part of the game, the pick and roll and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look, when they were saying case happened, them said pick and roll, I was like, okay, they picking all right, but what they rolling with? You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from an artist standpoint, so so I'm gonna go back and watch those clips as well. So when I start to call more games or whatever, I can have that with me and what I'm saying, like break it down and include it into the calling of the game. So it's always good to like educate yourself. But yeah, really, she was funny for saying that. She thought about it for a minute, but she just like, let me go ahead and put that out there because they do a lot. We do it ourselves. We'll get a coach those type of credits and stuff. And it'd be like, okay, how long were they with the team? They probably already had that before they came over here. But I'm just, since you want to give it to me, I'm gonna take it, right? So yeah, Pokey Chatman, she did her thing, and nobody can ever say that she didn't. I'm glad that whatever took place at LSU, that she learned from that, and she still kept building up to now. It's in her. She couldn't even really take a break. She still she on break, but watching basketball videos and all that kind of stuff. But that's how you learn more. You can never say that you know everything. It's always something missing, and then always someone may be smarter than you of what you know. But it's up to you to beat them with that smartness by educating yourself, right? So that's all I got for you guys today on Pokey. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Monday will be like a special because it is a holiday, so I'll probably do a special or whatever. And so today I'm probably gonna like run a little errands, and then tomorrow I'll get everything set up for game night, do my thing with my loved ones or whatever and stuff like that. And we'll see what happens for this game. But put in the chat who you got. We've been talking about it. Everybody been doing the debates. Everybody been talking about what they want to see. But who do you feel is going to pull it off tomorrow? For me, I'm LSU down. I don't care. I'm LSU down. I'm gonna be rooting for the Lady Tigers. I just want to see the Lady Tigers play their best. I don't want the team to feel like they have the whole world on their shoulders, because the way it's looking, guys, and the way that is going to be sold out, and the way that you have, gosh, who's coming to? It's a lot of celebrities, a lot of people. Who did they say? They announced it on socials. Somebody is going to be in the building. Gosh, I forgot, guys. I really forgot. Angel Reese's mom is going to be in the building for the game. So, yeah, we may see A. Reese, since she changed it on us, guys. We may see A. Reese in the building. I'm quite sure a lot of celebrities is going to this game. Yeah, she is, Brian. Yeah. It was so good it was so good because I look at the names that I have, And I just like, okay, let me do Pokey, right? And I'm like, dang, Pokey did her thing. You know what I'm saying? She played the game. She LSU down. And that's great before we get into the game for tomorrow. Riddick said, I'm definitely rooting for the Tigers, but I'm not sure. We will finally win. At least you look, read it. Riddick, at least you're being honest. I'm going for LSU because I believe in the players, and I am tired of people messing with Fuwali for coming to LSU. Get over it and let's see how they do. That also plays a part in her game too. This new generation, they on those socials, they hear the noise, they hear the negative. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot on her too. All we need Lay to do is to be herself, to calm down. But I think the overall thing, the team is gonna win it for her. If Lay doesn't have her best game, it's okay because I believe the team is gonna pull it off for her. I just hope none of the players get disrespect or assaulted. I like both teams, but I really only watch LSU. Yeah, I like That's So Raven, the real one. Yeah, I like That's So Raven, the real one. But you're right. I hope so too, Riddick. Like, I hope they leave them players alone. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I hope that they actually have, you know what I'm saying, like security and protection for these young ladies as they as they play this game. They just want to play their hearts out. And they doing it for their team and their coaches too. Angel switched teams. I hate they treat her like a traitor. Let Lay live. I know, really. Let her breathe, man. They own her. I have to be getting on that gummy bro Clyde because they be on it. And Miss DB. Miss DB throwing it in there so smooth, really. But I be getting her like, why you gotta bring Lay up? They really is heartbroken for Lay coming over to LSU. I know it. They don't want to say it, but they are. But give her a chance. She's in a new system. This is her first year over there with LSU. Let her give her a fair chance. They love them girls of Baton Rouge. Yeah, it's gonna be, man. I wish I could have got a ticket there. I should have thought about this early, because and I've never went to Louisiana, so it would have been my first trip. That would have been epic. Yeah, those South Carolina stands are annoying. I don't understand why support can't be given to them all. It's okay to have a favorite team, but all that crap they be saying online isn't needed. It be grown folk. I know, Felicia. That's what hit. That's what be driving me crazy. Like, it be the grown people saying this about somebody else's child. You gotta be careful how you put your mouth on other people's children. You have to. That's where it gets out of the way of being about sports. It's an agenda. You don't want a team to just win because they got certain people on it. You want the team to win because they got that bond, they got that unity. And I believe LSU has that. Now, in the past, have we seen that in the past couple of games? Some little things going on. So it happens. They still young, so we know they're gonna get it together, because they know how important it is. Not just about winning, but the importance of them pulling together and having each other's back. That's what I want to see on that court. For me, I want to see on the court that you have each other's back. And then let's get the win. We're going to get the win because you're going to have each other's back. If you don't go out there as a team, look, divided we fall. We're going to fall because we divided. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how much this person can bring this or that and the third. If we don't play as a team, if we don't play together, it's not going to be a pretty picture. So, but I seen it where they come together. Sometimes, they're young, they're going to lash out and stuff like that, or whatever. But I need them to lash out on the court together. That's exactly what I want to see. For that game to be packed out like that. And Brian, did you get your tickets? Because if you get your tickets, I would love to hear back from you about the game. I know she didn't. Kim may have her ways. You can love or hate Kim all you want to, but when it comes to her players, she really love her players. Is she strict? Sometimes you got to be strict on one than the other. And I mean, listen, I I'm emotional type of chick, but let me tell you something. I'm a fighter too, so I needed that. When people were helping me with all that, oh, you too nice, you too this. I learned real quick. I guess it's from having like a lot of friends and stuff like that, my boys and stuff. I learned a lot. So, you want that. You want that hardcore coach and you want that loving coach at the same time. That's how you grow. You can still be sensitive and be a fighter too. You know what I'm saying? So I love that Kim she loves her girls, and she straightforward. And I like watching the post pressers because it's like a show to me. I get to listen to Kim, and Kim be funny. I don't even know if she know how funny she is because she's so straight up. She don't have time to play with nobody. That's why I say you either like him or you don't. But LSU got a great coach. South Carolina has a great coach. Two great coaches going down tomorrow. Up in Louisiana is going down. And it's gonna be great. I don't want to see no blown out game. I want to see every team put their best for effort together. And I want the ladies to enjoy themselves while they playing the game. And hey, we still got other games. This is not the only game, but this game right here is a world must see. Everybody posting. All socials got LSU down. If I see another LSU post, because LSU post, they not playing. They funny. They they are definitely funny with their posts, but they don't play about LSU. So we're gonna see, but look, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. The Players Club, I think they're all gonna come together and they're gonna call this game. I'll probably have it on the big screen tomorrow because a game like that you can't be having on I'm just saying on your bedroom screen. You got to go to the big screen. So I'll probably put the game on big screen and listen to them call the game and stuff like that and see who performed because I don't know if they're gonna have a performance or what. I didn't even check into that, but I'm quite sure they're gonna have somebody perform. They usually do, but we'll see, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time of listening to me talk about Pokey and listen to me talk about LSU. I wish you all the best for this Friday, guys. I will see you guys if you come to the Players Club in the chat. They're gonna do the 1v1 tonight, so we're gonna see what happens. Okay, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.